All right, so today I'm gonna address about the choice of partners. I'm not married. I have a beautiful fiance, and I believe that I'm eligible enough to talk about this. Yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, so along over the years, I've received so many questions, so many inquiries about from people like, "Hey, how do you know that this person is the right person for you?" Or some people will be like, "I'm waiting for God to reveal to me. I've been praying. I've met this person, but I've been praying, and I'm waiting for God to talk to me." Well, if I have to go to scripture, one man of God told me that whenever you're trying to find the truth about something in the Bible, try to find the first time God introduced that thing in the Bible. So let's get into it and let's try to see how did God introduce the first relationship in the Bible. We see God understanding that it was not okay for the man to be all by himself, and he decides to create a partner, to create another person who would share life with Adam. But one thing that I'm not seeing in the Bible is a place where God is telling Adam, like, "Hey Adam, this is Eve, that's your wife, man, that's your wife." No way. Like, listen, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. So I'm not just saying a place in the Bible where God points to somebody and say, "My guy, that's your wife." If it has happened, not so many in real life, it doesn't always happen. But this is what I'm seeing. After God had created Eve, he revealed Eve to the man. And the man made a decision. Adam spoke by himself. Nobody ever told him anything. God only presented the person, you know. So this is what I believe. Whenever you're looking for a partner and you meet somebody and you pray about it, this is exactly what God does. God will definitely reveal that person to you. God will reveal the behavior. God will reveal hidden stuff. God will reveal their plans, their habit, where they're coming from. And that's gonna allow you to make an effective decision. That's gonna allow you to make the right decision. Because listen, God don't want you to do the same thing that Adam did. When Adam sinned and they're asking him like, "What did you do?" He's like, "Not me, the wife you gave me." God has been blamed once. He doesn't want to be blamed twice. Listen. So this is the thing. People should be accountable. First and foremost, you need to know who you are. Once you know who you are and where you're going, you know which kind of a person you want to go with wherever you're going. You know which kind of a person will match your destiny, the kind of life that you live in. That's what's going to be reflected in your standards of living, in your values, and all these kind of things. So you need first to be self-aware. And once you're self-aware, you know which kind of person is going to match my personality. And from there, I'll talk about what people talk about soulmates. Like, I personally don't believe there's one specific person that God has assigned to every single human being on earth, for the simple fact that women are more than men. So there's no way that every single lady on earth has been assigned to a particular guy on earth. That's not true. So we really need to be aware of that. And the truth is, there are categories of people. There's a certain category of people that matches your personality. Knowing what you want. You have your criterias. This is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. And when you meet people, mostly those people do not really match 100% of what you're looking for, but sometimes they will reach 70%, 60%, 80%. And when you find those people that are in the positive side of your criteria, the rest you can work on it. And the rest, so if you find somebody who has 80% of whatever you're looking for, like you have 20% of work to make them the perfect match, the perfect fit. If you meet 60%, that's a little bit of work, but doable. If you meet 40%, that's a no-go area because you got so much to cover, So once you meet those people who have the positive in terms of the criteria that you're looking for, 60% and above, you start praying for them, then God start revealing things to you. Mostly people call it red flags. People be like, when I look at the way he's speaking, it seems like he will never allow me to work. That's a red flag. Some way, somehow, God gives you hints. God reveals the person. Just find out, I've been spending time with this person. He never told me about his family. He doesn't talk about his family. What's up with that? And most of the time, people are just not aware. People just don't pay attention because they like what they're seeing in front of them. So when you're looking for somebody and you're praying, be aware of whatever happens. Be aware of the things that you're getting to know. Because God works in a way that is revealing things to you. He's revealing things to you so that you can be able to make the right decision. And you are making a decision based on the knowledge that you have. But trust me, God works in mysterious ways. Mysterious ways. Like, not all of us is going to be the same way. Just because it worked for me one way doesn't mean it's going to work for you the same way. And we have had people who spend their time praying and God revealed to them, like, okay, this person is the right person for you. Good for them. But they were not fair to us by telling us that, okay, that's the doctrine. That's how it's supposed to be. You need to go, you need to pray, and God is going to definitely reveal it to you. No. I've seen so many people spending 2 years praying without a result. Listen, that's not your call, buddy. It doesn't mean God is going to speak to every single person the same way. No, God does not communicate the same way to all the people. So, in terms of finding a match, you need to know what are the ways that God speaks to me. Don't tell me somebody who has never had God speak to them audibly in a certain way and tell them that God is going to tell you if this is the right person or not. No, you're putting them in a situation of something they've never experienced before. So for people who are deeply rooted in Christianity, there's a way God is going to speak to them. For people with dreams, for people with visions, there's a way that God speaks to you. But one thing that He makes sure that we know is that He's going to reveal the person to you. You see that over time, the person is changing. The true colors are coming up, because at the beginning, everybody's nice. Everybody's trying to, impress and stuff. But God will make sure that you have all the details that you need to have in order to make the right decisions. There's somebody that I tried to put myself in a relationship with, and I spent almost 2 years after the person. And I remember at the beginning of the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, I decided to fast for 21 days. When they put us into the lockdown for 21 days, I was like, okay, cool. 21 days in my room, 21 days seeking God, 21 days trying to understand, why is this thing not working? And the very last day of my 21 days, I had a dream. And God showed me clearly what I was putting myself into. God showed me clearly that I did not have enough strength to fight the battles in which I was putting myself into. And that gave me a little bit of peace because things were not working, but still I wanted it. And God is like, cool, if you want it, go for it. And I went for it, and I'm like, after 4 months, I'm like, no way, this is not what I subscribed for. And that's it. Sometimes it's, and let's get to the Bible. Adam looks and he sees Eve, and dude knew that this is the bones of my bones. This is the flesh of my flesh. Nobody ever told him that. He has never heard somebody speak that. Animals were not telling that to each other. He knew. And when you made the right one, you will know. You don't need any explanation. The Bible is not showing us God telling Adam that, hey, I'm going to make you sleep so that I create somebody for you. No. But the Bible is showing us God making him sleep because God knew that he needed somebody. But as soon as Adam saw, he knew. Listen, there are things that you don't need explanations. I met my girl, listen, the first day we spoke like we knew each other for 5 years ago. Listen, I never forced anything. I never felt like she has never been a stranger to me. She has been there my whole life, kind of, Yeah, you will know. You'll know. Somebody said that if somebody loves you, you will know. And if they don't, you'll be confused. And that speaks sense to me. Yeah, so sometimes we need to be accountable for our own decisions. And I believe that God gives us wisdom, God gives us knowledge so that we can make certain decisions. God is not going to leave heaven so that he can come and make decisions on your behalf. Come on. He has done already so much at the cross. He has done everything that he had to do. And in every single thing that we're trying to do on earth, there's the part of God and the part of the human being. And God has done his. You have to do yours. You have to do your assignment. You have to do your homework. Don't just jump into something. Pray for it and expect God to reveal to you things that you don't know. And when you get all the data that you need, then you will know if that's right or that's wrong. And somebody can be like, so do I get all the information while dating or getting all the information before dating? That's another story. Sometimes you gotta be wise enough. Dating somebody is not a problem. You can date them, but when you feel like that's not the right decision, you still have the ability to leave. Somebody told me, why cheat while at least you can leave? And I was like, that's true. People don't really have to if they feel like they are not comfortable, if they feel like they are not treated the way they're supposed to be treated, then they can leave. So we just need to be responsible enough. And mainly, if you listen to me, I always talk about the decisions that we make, and this is one of the most important decisions somebody will ever make in their lives. And you have to make that decision wisely. We see people falling for likes, looks, and styles and stuff. And I'm like, this is so sad. This is so sad. You see, all the young ladies like tall guys, all the young ladies like light-skinned guys, all muscled guys. I'm like, that's not where you look at in the first place. Where is the vision? Where are you trying to go with God? What are you trying to accomplish? What is your purpose? Do they match the characteristics that it takes to somebody to help you get wherever you're going? And that speaks a lot when you see people looking for somebody who's tall, looking for somebody who's light skinned, looking for somebody who's I'm like, cool. You don't even know who you are. Because when you know who you are, the choices are based on where you're going. The choices are based on what you're trying to accomplish in life. And looks, height, those are things things that are not even important. Well, they're important. But they are not the most important on the list, and they shouldn't be first on the list. That's what I'm saying. Those are things we can compromise on. It's the substance, the value, the standard, the maturity, the wisdom that comes first. Yeah, so to all the people out there praying, just know that God is not going to make your decision. God is going to reveal things to you, and I'm pretty much sure God has revealed already so much. You have to make a decision. If you don't feel it, if you feel like you're forcing it, then sometimes you just need to leave. Stop blaming God. God is not talking. God is not talking. I've been praying. He ain't gonna tell you every single thing. Look at the person you're dating. What has God revealed to you? It might not be in a mysterious way. How is the habit? How do they treat you? How do they care about you? When you spend time with them, do they just speak about themselves or they speak about you too? So, yeah, we really need to put that in our mind that God is never going to speak to every single person. And there are red flags. There are things that are revealed to us. But at the end of the day, the decision is yours. The decision is mine. And we don't want to blame God at the end. Like, oh God, the person you gave to me. Nah. Thank you.